Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about one of America's most collected coins, the top 5 most valuable and ultra-rare Monticello 5 cents Jefferson nickels. These nickels might look like everyday change, but a few rare dates and minting errors are worth thousands, even up to $1 million. If you've got old Jefferson nickels lying around, you might be holding a hidden treasure. Let's get started. First up, the 1941 Jefferson nickel, minted without a mint mark. This coin, in very fine condition, stands as a proud symbol of American craftsmanship, wartime resilience, and timeless design. Though it carries a face value of just 5 cents, its true worth in today's collector market goes far beyond that. The 1941 Jefferson nickel is a coin that connects us to a pivotal time in American history, and today, we'll explore why it remains one of the most fascinating and valuable finds for collectors around the world. The story of the Jefferson nickel began in 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. The new design was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The U.S. Mint wanted a coin that symbolized leadership, knowledge, and the American spirit, and the Jefferson nickel did exactly that. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin introduced a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design was elegant, modern for its time, and instantly recognizable, setting the stage for one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. The 1941 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The version without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and it remains one of the most admired issues among collectors. The Philadelphia Mint was known for producing coins with crisp details and smooth finishes, and the 1941 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of that craftsmanship. In very fine condition, the coin retains much of its original sharpness, from Jefferson's profile to the fine architectural details of Monticello, giving it both historical and visual appeal. On the obverse, you'll find a distinguished portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left, his hair tied back in colonial style, symbolizing intellect and statesmanship. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" circle his image along with the date, 1941. The coin's surface, even in circulated condition, reflects a sense of strength and dignity, characteristics that define Jefferson himself. The obverse design captures not only a historical figure, but the ideals of freedom and progress that continue to inspire Americans today. The reverse of the coin showcases the breathtaking view of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical mansion in Virginia. Schlag's detailed work brought architectural precision to the small surface of the coin, including the columns, dome, and front steps of the estate. The inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum," Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America complete the design. Together, both sides of the coin create a powerful narrative of leadership and legacy, making the 1941 Jefferson nickel a timeless piece of art. The unique features of the 1941 Jefferson nickel go beyond its beauty. This was one of the final pre-war issues before the U.S. Mint changed nickel composition during World War II to preserve materials for the war effort. Therefore, the 1941 version still contains the original 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, making it a representation of the pre-war American economy. Its metallic composition, weight of 5 grams, and diameter of 21.2 millimeters make it feel sturdy and substantial, and coins in very fine condition often display a lovely soft luster that collectors find irresistible. The rarity of the 1941 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel lies in its survival rate and condition. While millions were minted, only a small percentage remain in collectible grades today. Over the decades, most circulated coins suffered from heavy wear, loss of detail, or corrosion, but those preserved in very fine condition are now highly sought after. Coins with strong strikes, clear steps on Monticello, and even coloration are in especially high demand among serious collectors and grading professionals. In terms of collector demand, the 1941 Jefferson nickel has been steadily climbing in popularity. As more collectors complete full Jefferson sets, pre-war issues like this one are becoming harder to find in pleasing condition. The combination of age, historical context, An enduring design ensures that coins from this era never lose their appeal. Collectors prize them not only for their artistic beauty, but also for their ability to tell the story of a nation on the brink of global change. The 1941 issue, in particular, carries the spirit of the early 1940s, a period defined by courage, transition, and unity. Now let's talk about the current market value of the 1941 Jefferson nickel. A coin in very fine condition generally sells for between $1 and $3, depending on surface quality and strike sharpness. However, coins that display excellent detail or attractive toning can easily fetch $5 to $10 or more from dedicated collectors. Higher-grade examples, especially those in uncirculated or mint state, MS65+, can bring $50 to $100 at auctions. The value can rise even further if the coin exhibits full steps on Monticello, a feature that indicates an exceptionally strong strike and is highly coveted in the Jefferson series. The collector's market for Jefferson nickels has grown significantly in recent years. With the increased interest in mid-20th century U.S. coins, the 1941 no-mint mark nickel has become a central piece in many sets. Its balance of accessibility and historical weight makes it a perfect coin for both new collectors and seasoned numismatists. Many experts predict that early Jefferson nickels, particularly those in very fine and higher grades, will continue to rise in value as more collectors appreciate their importance and beauty. For those looking to collect and preserve their 1941 Jefferson nickel, proper care is essential. Always handle your coins by the edges to prevent fingerprints or scratches. Store them in protective holders or albums designed for nickels, away from humidity or extreme temperature changes. Avoid harsh cleaning, as this can permanently reduce the coin's value. If you believe your coin has exceptional detail or quality, consider submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification, which can significantly increase its desirability in the market. The historical significance of this coin cannot be overstated. It represents an era of optimism, resilience, and national pride, just before the challenges of World War II would reshape the country. The 1941 Jefferson nickel reflects both the artistic excellence of the U.S. Mint and the enduring influence of Thomas Jefferson's legacy. Each coin is a miniature piece of history that continues to inspire collectors with its design, craftsmanship, and symbolic strength. In conclusion, the 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition stands as a shining example of American numismatic heritage. Its powerful combination of artistry, history, and collectability makes it one of the standout coins from the early Jefferson era, with strong market demand. Next up, the 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, a coin that carries not just face value, but a rich story and growing collector appeal. Found in black-toned condition, this piece of American history shines in its own way, representing a beautiful blend of age, artistry, and heritage. Even though it's a 5-cent coin, this Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1974 has become a coin that many collectors are now chasing in the action-packed market for its rarity, visual uniqueness, and rising dollar value. The history and background of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is rooted deeply in American pride and the Mint's legacy of producing durable, beautiful, and historically significant coinage. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel, and has since become one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The 1974 issue came during a fascinating period of transition, the early 1970s, a time when the United States was modernizing its economy, culture, and coinage technology. While the nickel remained faithful to its original composition and design, the 1974 edition stands as a symbol of continuity and craftsmanship, reflecting both tradition and progress. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and a true visionary in American history. Schlag's work was chosen through a design competition held by the U.S. Mint in 1938, and his elegant depiction of Jefferson has remained iconic for decades. The obverse features a lifelike portrait of Jefferson facing left, dignified and thoughtful, with inscriptions reading, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1974. This combination of artistry and symbolism makes the coin not only a piece of currency, but also a tribute to one of America's founding fathers. The reverse of the coin is equally captivating, featuring Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, located in Virginia. This neoclassical mansion stands as a symbol of Jefferson's intellect, architectural talent, and enduring influence. The reverse design includes the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Even after decades of circulation, the 1974 Jefferson nickel still proudly displays these words, connecting generations through a single, powerful design that represents liberty, unity, and progress. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel so unique. The absence of a mint mark tells us that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historic U.S. mint facility. Philadelphia nickels are renowned for their strong strikes and crisp details, and when preserved well, they offer collectors incredible visual appeal. The black-tone condition of your 1974 nickel adds a fascinating layer of character. This natural oxidation over time gives the coin a bold, antique appearance that many collectors find attractive. Instead of detracting from its beauty, this dark tone highlights the contours of Jefferson's portrait and the fine architectural lines of Monticello, making it stand out among ordinary nickels. The rarity and collector appeal of the 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark come from several factors: condition, age, and visual uniqueness. While millions of nickels were minted that year, few have survived in collectible grades or with such distinct coloration. A coin in very fine or black-tone condition that still displays strong details on Jefferson's hair and Monticello's steps is highly desirable. Over time, natural toning like this has become a hallmark of vintage coins, often signaling originality and authenticity. Serious collectors and dealers recognize that such coins, with their natural color changes, carry a charm that no modern restrike can match. Collectors around the world are becoming increasingly aware of the potential of Jefferson nickels, particularly those from the 1970s. Many see this era as a sweet spot for hidden treasures, coins that are still accessible but steadily gaining value due to growing demand. The 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark fits perfectly into that category. Its historical roots, condition, and artistic merit make it a powerful piece for any collection. As more collectors complete Jefferson nickel sets, the demand for high-quality coins from this year continues to rise sharply in the market. When it comes to current market value, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel in black or very fine condition can fetch between $2 and $10, depending on its toning, clarity, and preservation. However, coins with exceptionally strong details or stunning dark luster can attract even higher offers from enthusiasts who appreciate their unique aesthetic. In higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint-state examples, MS65 and above, these nickels can easily command $25 to $100 or more, especially when graded and certified by top agencies like PCGS or NGC. And remember, coin values continue to climb as collector interest in Jefferson nickels increases across the globe. The condition of your coin plays a huge role in its desirability. Even in circulated or black-toned condition, coins that retain sharp lettering, clear date, and visible Monticello details are considered gems among collectors. The deep tone can sometimes enhance the visual depth of the design, giving the coin a rich, aged character that reminds collectors of the historical journey it has made over the past half-century. When viewed under proper lighting, the dark surfaces of the coin often reveal subtle hues of blue, gray, or even gold, adding another layer of beauty that attracts seasoned collectors. For coin collectors and investors, the 1974 Jefferson nickel offers a golden opportunity. The series itself is one of the most beloved in American numismatics, and examples like this one continue to gain appreciation in both sentimental and monetary value. Collectors love building complete sets that include each year and mint mark, and the 1974 no mint mark edition remains an essential piece of that puzzle. In addition, the rising interest in mid-20th century U.S. coins has pushed prices upward, making now the perfect time to hold on to or acquire such rare examples. If you own a 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, There are a few tips for preserving and showcasing it. Always handle it carefully by the edges to avoid oils and fingerprints that can damage its surface. Store it in a protective holder or coin album designed for nickels, and never attempt to clean or polish it. This can remove natural toning and drastically reduce its collector value. Instead, allow the coin's natural patina to tell its story. If you believe your coin has sharp details or exceptional visual appeal, consider having it professionally graded, which can verify its authenticity and potentially increase its market value. The 1974 Jefferson nickel embodies American craftsmanship, endurance, and pride. It reminds us of an era when coins were more than just currency. They were works of art that reflected national identity and timeless design. Each piece, especially those that have aged with character, carries a history that extends far beyond its mint date. The Jefferson nickel stands as a proud symbol of American heritage, and the 1974 no-mint mark coin continues to hold that legacy strong today. Next up, the 1995 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, a coin that has become a sleeper gem in the world of American coin collecting. Struck at the Denver Mint, this beautiful 5-cent piece carries the proud legacy of one of America's most enduring coin series. Despite being from the late 20th century, this coin in its black, dirty condition tells a story of age, authenticity, and resilience. And make no mistake, in today's action-packed collector's market, this 1995 Jefferson nickel is commanding growing attention and real dollar value. The history and background of the Jefferson nickel is one of America's great numismatic success stories. First introduced in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel, which had become a national favorite but was challenging to mint. Designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, the Jefferson nickel has remained in continuous production for more than 8 decades. The 1995 issue carries forward this long-standing tradition, a tradition that unites artistry, history, and the spirit of American innovation. By 1995, the U.S. Mint was perfecting modern minting technologies, allowing for sharper details and cleaner strikes, while still preserving the timeless elegance of Felix Schlag's original design. The obverse of the 1995 Jefferson nickel features a bold left-facing portrait of Jefferson, his expression dignified and wise, surrounded by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1995. The D Mint mark beneath the date signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint, a facility known for high-quality strikes and coins that often carry collector appeal due to their consistency and finish. The reverse design of the coin displays Jefferson's legendary home, Monticello, located in Charlottesville, Virginia. This neoclassical mansion stands as one of America's most iconic landmarks, representing Jefferson's creativity and deep appreciation for architecture and knowledge. The word Monticello appears prominently at the center, surrounded by the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, along with 5 cents and United States of America. Even after decades of use, many examples of the 1995 D Jefferson nickel still display beautiful details on Monticello's columns and dome, making them a rewarding sight for collectors. What makes your 1995 D Jefferson nickel especially unique is its black, dirty condition, which gives it a rugged, antique charm. Over time, coins can develop dark toning or surface dirt due to circulation and exposure to the elements. And in many cases, this dirty appearance adds to the coin's authenticity and appeal. Collectors love such coins because they carry visible signs of history, marks, shades, and tones that can't be replicated in modern minting. In the right lighting, these natural tones highlight the fine engravings of Jefferson's profile and Monticello's structure, giving the coin a rich, vintage aura that makes it stand out. In terms of rarity and condition, the 1995 D Jefferson nickel occupies a very interesting place in modern U.S. coinage. While millions were minted, only a small number have survived in collectible or eye-catching condition today. Most have been heavily circulated, lost, or damaged, which makes well-preserved or distinctively toned pieces much harder to find. Coins with strong details and natural dark toning are now in high demand among Jefferson nickel enthusiasts who appreciate coins that show character and history. The Denver issues are particularly sought after because of their consistent quality and long-lasting sharpness in design. Collectors across the United States and beyond are turning their attention to Jefferson nickels from the 1990s, realizing that many of these coins are reaching the age where condition scarcity begins to set in. The 1995 D nickel has now crossed the 30-year mark, a point where coins transition from common moderns to classic collectibles. As this happens, the market value naturally begins to rise, driven by both nostalgia and numismatic interest. The 1995 D has already gained a strong following among collectors who aim to complete Jefferson nickel sets covering every year and mint mark from 1938 to present day. When it comes to current market value, the 1995 D Jefferson nickel in black dirty or very fine condition typically trades between $2 and $8, depending on its appearance and level of detail. Coins that retain more of their original luster or sharpness can easily fetch $10 to $20, while uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC can command prices from $40 up to $100 or more. Special attention is also given to coins with exceptional toning or strong strike details, as they often appeal to both traditional collectors and investors seeking rare modern-era coins. What's most exciting is the growing demand for Jefferson nickels from the 1970s through the 1990s. As older generations of collectors complete earlier series like the Buffalo nickels or Mercury dimes, many are shifting focus to the modern era, particularly coins that still circulate but are becoming increasingly scarce in collectible grades. The 1995 D nickel is now being recognized as a coin that bridges history and modernity, making it a key piece in a collection that tells the story of American currency evolution. For collectors and enthusiasts, there are several smart tips to help maintain and enhance the value of your 1995 D Jefferson nickel. Always handle your coin carefully, holding it by the edges to avoid fingerprints or surface damage. Do not attempt to clean it. The natural toning or dirty surface actually preserves the coin's originality and may increase its appeal. Store it in a protective holder or an acid-free coin album to prevent further corrosion. If you believe your coin has strong detail or outstanding visual character, consider submitting it for professional grading and authentication, which can significantly boost its market value and desirability. The beauty of the Jefferson nickel series lies in its durability and artistry. Each coin is more than just currency. It's a small monument to American history. The 1995 D Jefferson nickel captures a moment in time when design met durability, and even today, it stands as a shining example of how modern coins can age gracefully. With its rich tones, historic design, and growing recognition among collectors, this coin continues to represent American craftsmanship and timeless pride. In conclusion, the 1995 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, especially in its unique black dirty condition, is far more than an ordinary 5-cent piece. It's a collectible with heart, history, and undeniable charm. The story it tells through its toning, texture, and artistry makes it a must-have for anyone passionate about American coins. As demand for mid to late 20th century nickels continues to climb, this coin's value and reputation are only set to grow stronger. So, if you happen to have a 1995 D Jefferson nickel in your collection, treasure it, protect it, and remember that even the smallest coins can carry the greatest stories and the biggest potential in today's rare coin market. Next up, the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. This beautiful 5-cent coin, even in its dirty condition, carries a charm and history that collectors find irresistible. It's not just a coin. It's a story of America's resilience, design brilliance, and lasting craftsmanship. And in today's fast-moving collector's market, the 1954 Jefferson nickel is turning heads with its increasing rarity and impressive dollar value potential. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the legendary Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel quickly became a symbol of American artistry and national pride. Schlag's design honored Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence, while also featuring Jefferson's magnificent home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1954, this design had already become a beloved classic, representing nearly 2 decades of American history, innovation, and elegance in metal form. The 1954 Jefferson nickel was struck during a time of post-war optimism and economic growth. America was booming, and coins like this were the backbone of everyday transactions. The absence of a mint mark on this coin means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historic mint in the nation. Philadelphia Mint coins are known for their sharp strikes and clean details, and the 1954 issue continues to impress collectors with its fine artistry and solid build. Even after decades of circulation, this coin holds its character, showing off the strength of American minting craftsmanship. The design of the 1954 Jefferson nickel remains one of the most elegant ever to grace U.S. coinage. On the obverse, you'll find a beautifully detailed left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, his features noble and calm. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" frame his profile, with the year 1954 displayed proudly along the right edge. On the reverse side, the architectural masterpiece Monticello is showcased in perfect symmetry. The Latin phrase "E pluribus unum" arches above the building, while 5 cents and United States of America are struck below. Every line, dome, and column of Monticello stands out clearly, giving the coin a dignified and historic appearance. Now, let's talk about what makes your 1954 Jefferson nickel in dirty condition so fascinating. That natural toning and surface dirt are signs of authenticity and age, not flaws. In fact, collectors often find that coins with original surfaces, even if they appear dark or dirty, are far more desirable than polished or clean pieces. The natural patina that forms over time adds character and uniqueness to each coin, making no two exactly alike. The dirty tone gives your 1954 nickel an antique, almost museum-like charm, which makes it stand out among ordinary examples. When it comes to rarity and condition, the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is an exciting find. While millions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, very few have survived in well-preserved or visually appealing condition after 70 years of circulation. Coins like yours, that still retain their original detail and definition, are becoming increasingly scarce. Collectors are always on the lookout for examples with strong features on Jefferson's hair, cheek, and the steps of Monticello. Coins that exhibit those details, even in circulated or dirty condition, are considered valuable collectibles. In the collector's market today, the 1954 Jefferson nickel has gained a strong following. As more people enter the hobby and learn the importance of mid-century nickels, coins from the 1950s are seeing a noticeable surge in interest and market action. Dealers, collectors, and investors alike recognize that coins from this era are moving out of everyday circulation and into permanent collections. The 1954 nickel without a mint mark, with its connection to America's golden post-war years, represents an affordable yet highly collectible piece of history that appeals to new and experienced collectors alike. When we talk about current market value, the 1954 Jefferson nickel in dirty or very fine condition can easily range between $2 to $8, depending on eye appeal and detail. However, coins with sharper features or natural attractive toning can fetch $10 to $20 or more in the collector market. Uncirculated examples, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can achieve impressive prices, sometimes reaching $50 to $100, especially if the coin displays full steps on Monticello, a rare and sought-after detail that indicates a perfectly struck coin. What's especially exciting about the 1954 Jefferson nickel is that it represents one of the most undervalued segments of American coinage, mid-century nickels. Many collectors are now turning their attention toward these coins because they combine history, accessibility, and increasing rarity. As older generations pass on their collections and fewer examples remain in circulation, the demand for clean, original pieces continues to rise. This means your 1954 nickel's value will likely appreciate over time, especially if preserved well. For collectors, the key to maximizing your coin's potential lies in proper handling and storage. Always hold your coin by the edges and avoid cleaning it, no matter how tempting it may be. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Instead, store your coin in a protective holder or archival quality album to prevent further oxidation. The natural dirt and toning on your coin are part of its story and contribute to its originality, qualities that collectors prize highly. The Jefferson nickel series as a whole holds a special place in the hearts of collectors worldwide. It represents continuity, artistry, and the American dream, all struck in metal. The 1954 issue, in particular, captures an era when design, quality, and national pride came together in perfect harmony. Every time you look at this coin, you're holding a piece of living history, one that connects generations of Americans through commerce, creativity, and culture. As the market for classic nickels continues to strengthen, coins like the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark are expected to remain in strong demand. Collectors appreciate their beauty, their history, and their affordability, making them one of the most exciting areas for investment and hobby enjoyment. In a world where coins are increasingly made from cheaper materials, the solid nickel composition of these mid-century pieces adds an extra layer of value and collectability. In conclusion, the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is far more than an old coin. It's a tangible piece of American heritage, carrying the story of Thomas Jefferson, the Philadelphia Mint, and decades of economic history. Its dirty condition only enhances its authenticity and historical charm, giving it a one-of-a-kind appearance that collectors love. With growing market interest and rising values, this coin stands proudly as a smart collectible and a timeless treasure. So if you own a 1954 Jefferson nickel, hold on to it, because coins like this are the future gems of the collecting world, combining beauty, history, and increasing dollar value in one remarkable piece.